all season long. In honor of 100 years of the NFL, we've been joined by Super Bowl champions, Pro Football Hall of Famers, and some of the greats ever. And joining us next, our guest has 2 rings, big, fat, gaudy, delicious rings. He kicked 2 of the biggest field goals in NFC Championship game history, both in overtime, one at Lambeau, one at Candlestick, to send the New York Giants to Super Bowl 42 and 46, of course, both of which they would beat the Patriots en route to Super Bowl championships. He was the NFC scoring leader in 2012 as well. Lawrence Tynes, a good friend of mine, joining us this morning on the show. LT, good morning.
Good morning. What's up? That was a nice intro. Appreciate that.
Thanks. I'm getting better with age, I think, with you. Every time you come on, I find something else to promote you with.
We didn't get the salsa piece, though.
No, that's
hot
true.
sauce.
That's true. I want to ask you about this hot take you have about Tua Tagovailoa. You wouldn't think that a guy that played kicker in the NFL for so many years would have such strong opinions about a quarterback in college and have everybody looking at you, but this is what is happening right now. You think that Tua is completely overrated as a quarterback coming out of college. Why?
You look at him, and obviously, and I have strong opinions, obviously, but I just look at him kind of a Mitchell Trubisky. He's in that one read kind of mode. Like, I watch him, and if his first read's not there after play action, he's tucking the ball, he's running around. He is going to get killed in the NFL if he does that. And I just don't think that translates. That's really what I see when I watch him play. A little bit of Trubisky. There's some other guys I can't really think of off the top of my head. He can throw the ball well. I just don't think he has the game to play in the NFL. If you cannot play this game from the pocket, like Eli did, like Breeze, like Manning, like all that Brady, I just don't think you can last. And you can win a few games. You can trick someone for a year. We saw that with RG3 and some of the other guys. You have to play the game from the pocket. I don't think he can consistently do that for 10, 12 years.
So do you think then that Lamar Jackson's a little bit of a flavor of the week and won't last?
I don't know, but he's a better runner than all those guys. So he's able to produce offense with his feet and his arm. Those guys aren't good enough runners. None of them are to do what Lamar Jackson does. I love Lamar Jackson's game. Do I think he's going to last forever? No. But I think you can win more consistently with that than you can with, kind of the one read guy, the Mariotas of the world. I feel like Winston's kind of a 1 or 2 read. Well, he holds on to the ball too long. And then I just think that those guys cannot consistently win unless you can play from the pocket. It's been that way in pro football for a long time. And I think it'll continue to be that way.
So Tua might be a top 3 draft pick coming up in the draft, and you said you think he's more like a 5th or 6th rounder in your mind?
I said 5th to 7th, so he could go anywhere from 5th to 7th, and that's my opinion, but it actually, stirred the pot quite a bit. I didn't realize.
Say so, yes.
So go ahead. I hope someone does take him. I hope it's like someone in the NFC East that takes him top 3. It's just there's no that kid, I don't know. Listen, I hope he does well. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Watching him play on Saturdays, I don't see his game translating to the NFL. I just don't. I think he's a one-read guy. There's a lot of one-read guys in the NFL, and those guys don't last.
Lawrence Tynes joins us, 2-time Super Bowl champion. Do you think that Jason Garrett's holding back the Cowboys?
Yeah. Still. I think they need something else in there. I mean, Urban Meyer's already lobbied for the job. Just give him a job. I mean, he's already taken other people's jobs that currently doesn't even exist. I would. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I feel like they have players. They have a great offense. They've got a really good defense. It just seems like they just are so stagnant. So I could see maybe Jerry making a change there.
In Kansas City, they're talking about maybe Patrick Mahomes being back within 3 weeks. Do you think that that's a huge risk to take and pushing him back too soon?
Yeah. So since that's happened, I've been out and about here in town, obviously, in Kansas City, and played golf yesterday with some guys that obviously wanted to bring it up. And I think you base his return off how well the defense is playing in about a month. if that defense is kind of on the trend upward, you bring them back because they're not going to win the Super Bowl with that defense. It's just not going to happen. But now in 4 or 5 weeks, or maybe after their bye week, 3 weeks would be too early. In 4 or 5 weeks, if they've, if they're 500 in that span with him out, and their defense is playing well, trending up, Chris Jones comes back, is starting getting some pressure on the quarterback, then you got to make a decision. But you have to protect number 15. I mean, he is the franchise. He's going to be paid $40+ million a year in the offseason. I mean, I would just make a really, really sound decision. I think it's based off the defense and his health, obviously. But I think the defense is I think that's the main thing I would look at is how well is this defense playing, because you're not winning the Super Bowl right now with that defense.
Did you think it was a mistake for them to run the quarterback sneak?
No. You can get hurt walking to practice. Injuries are part of the game. I don't, you can get hurt, walking to the grocery store. I just don't subscribe to that. I mean, they were just playing football. You can't play this game cautiously.
I was kind of surprised that so many people questioned Andy Reid there because,
yeah.
Tom Brady runs the quarterback sneak every single week. He's 42 years old. We never see quarterbacks
but he's
injured.
Very pliable.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
He's more pliable than our guy Mahomes. Pliable. It was like we're talking about Play-Doh here. More pliable. Great answer, Tommy. Yeah, that was funny.
How are those 2 rings sitting?
Good. They still fit. Keeping
Nice.
myself in shape just in case someone calls for a playoff run. I'll be ready. But no, I'm excited about the Giants. I know some people this Daniel Jones guy, I love him. I love Saquon and Ingram, and they're getting some guys back, and I hope Sterling takes enough time to get healthy. Those head things are serious, and I feel like the defense played well last week. Again, they played against the Statue of Liberty a couple weeks ago. Now they're about to play the Tasmanian Devil today, so it's going to be a tale of 2 quarterbacks. This Arizona team's scary, right? They're young, they're exciting, and they got Kyler Murray. So it'd be interesting to watch and see how they play today.
Yeah. Lawrence Tynes joins us this morning, 2-time Super Bowl champion with the Giants. Of course, Eli was part of both of those championships. Was it hard for you to see Eli benched?
It was. I mean, listen, I'm an Eli backer. I love Eli. But I'll be honest with you, it was time. I mean, let's be real. I don't know if anyone's ever said it, but it was time. And I just think, obviously we're all seeing what the Giants saw in Daniel Jones. We saw a little bit of it in the preseason, but this guy has transferred the preseason into the regular season, which is tough, and he's only going to get better. But it was time. It really was time, and hopefully they do something really cool for him at the end of the year. And I'm excited for the Giants organization, to be honest with you. I think one should be excited based off the talent they've acquired. Got to clean up the defense a little bit, get some talent over there, get a pass rusher. But I think everything's on the up and up over there. I think, contrary to popular belief, Gettleman's doing a good job. And Shermer and Belcher and Betcher is his name? Not
Betcher,
Belcher.
yeah.
That's like he's a burper. So I'm excited about them. Not this year. If they make the playoffs, that would be insane this year, but I don't anticipate them finishing better than 8-8.
So with the history of the NFL now at 100 years old, you hold a very significant place in NFL history with 2 overtime kicks to send the Giants to the Super Bowl, and then 2 Super Bowl championships, one over the undefeated Patriots, one again against the Patriots in 2011. What's your favorite memory? What's your favorite moment? What do you get the most happiness and joy when you think back on out of those 2 playoff runs?
For me, it's got to be the NFC Championship kick. I just think
Which one? 07?
Sorry, Green Bay.
Okay.
Yeah, 08. 07 season, 08, yeah. So for me, right, there's a lot of made 2, missed 2, Lambeau Field minus 28, whatever the hell it was. Historic Green Bay was. That plays into it more because of the venue, the game, the time of year, and then, hitting a 47-yarder, still the longest kick, I think, in the playoffs at Lambeau. So that'll be gone probably this year if the Packers get in the playoffs. But that's the one that sticks out to me the most. Beating the 18-0 Patriots. Second Super Bowl run was great. It's fun. But the first of anything is always the best.
And you took out the undefeated Patriots as,
Right.
what, 13.5-point underdogs, 12.5-point underdogs, I think?
13-point dogs.
13.
How about the Fighting Illini yesterday?
How about those Fighting Illini?
Yeah.
30-point dogs, they pulled off the upset.
30-point. Good for Lovie Smith. What an awesome beard he had.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That thing was nice.
I know. It's almost like a homeless guy beard. It's so long.
Yeah, and then he does the post game as calm as can be, like he's always been. I think that's a guy. I don't know there's no way he should have been kicked out of the NFL like he was. That was silly, but it's like he's enjoying himself at Illinois.
There's a lot of bad coaches in the NFL these days, but there's a lot of bad officiating in the NFL. Is it hard for you to watch the refs?
It's been tough. It's gotten a little bit tough. I mean, that drive at the end of the game last week, the Jets and the Cowboys, that was kind of like, okay, here's the NFL in a nutshell. You know, because I was watching that game because I wanted the Jets to beat the Cowboys, and thankfully they did. But 6 flags, it's almost like they were giving them the game. And now you get people around town asking you, Lawrence, the NFL's, they're starting to question the viability of the product. Like, Lawrence, the NFL's fixed. I can tell you, because everyone knows I played. I'm like, it's not. Just settle down. But I mean, they're steering customers away, paying customers. So I think they'll get it fixed. I mean, listen, money fixes everything. So if you want to pay guys to stop being attorneys or whatever the heck else these guys do, and these ladies, of course, that are officials, pay them. Pay them good money and make them year-round officials. The product's too good for us to be talking about the officials.
I agree.
And so there's plenty of money to go around. So, hell, I'd even go start jogging and learning how to float for $500,000 a year. I'd get ready. I'd put on some stripes. Yeah.
Lawrence
Put me
Tynes.
into the uprights. I'll signal good or no good.
Line judge Tynes says the field goal is good.
Well, listen, I think if you made the money viable, right, so I think maybe you see more players want to do it.
Oh,
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe if you get there's plenty of money there. Not saying these guys and ladies and gentlemen that are doing it now, but pay some money. I think you'd see a lot of more former players get into it.
2-time Super Bowl champion Lawrence Tynes joining us this morning on the show. Follow him on Twitter for the hottest of takes at LT4Kicks. At LT4Kicks. He's willing to mix it up with you. I love your Twitter game here. It's amazing.
Thanks. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Thanks as always for joining me, bud.
It's fun.
Okay.
All right, have a great weekend.
All right,
Thanks
you
for having
too.
me. Cheers.
Lawrence Tynes joining us this morning on the show.